right, so we found a back entrance to where we're gonna camp, and all we did was stash our packs. There's Chris, there's Adam, there's my pack, and then we left my truck at Walmart and took an Uber back to our packs, and we've got a pretty sweet setup down here. So we'll show you camp once we get there, but just thought this was pretty funny. Yeah, we don't even have to hike. All right, so this is what we ended up coming up with here. We got a nice little creek down here, some pretty clear water, and it's running. We got Adam and Chris over here hanging up their hammocks, and then I'm going to be going here from this tree to that tree, and got Mystery Ranch / Camelback tri-zip pack loaded down. Carries really well, and yeah, gonna get camp set up. Well, this is what our camp area looks like. We've got a creek running through here, pretty clear water, and definitely clear enough and deep enough that we've been using our Sawyer filters, pulling from it. It tastes really good. This is the setup I'm rolling with. It's the same thing I normally have. My JB's Outdoor Supply hammock and the Slumberjack satellite tarp. I didn't have a tree to tie the front out with, so I just did a fork stick using my tri-zip backpack, and yeah, that's my camp. And then if you walk down here past the creek, Adam is low slung and relaxing in his JB's hammock right above this little old creek, I guess, dried up creek. He's probably gonna have to adjust that, but he'll probably just fall asleep like that and be on the ground in the morning. He's got his Hidden Woodsman double doozy deluxe or whatever it's called. Just put Bushcraft Classic. You can just put all kinds of stuff on it. Then we've got some kind of old cattle trough or something. I'd like to think it's a moonshine still, but it's probably not. This is Chris's setup. He's in a Hennessy. Don't know the model, but it's the one he's used in some of the other videos. Expedition. It's the zip, and he's using the cinder rings carabiner. And then Adam got his hammock chair out, which is from a person that we all know and makes really good products, and he's testing that out with a bipod up against a tree and then the stick along the bottom, and basically you just string it through the top and then put the stick through the bottom. So I think maybe in a little bit might film a video from start to finish of making this and how to do it, but I don't know. This one's just kind of in the communal one. Further up this way is just a dried creek bed. There's glass bottles everywhere, so I don't know what that's about, but like I said, I like to think this is some kind of moonshine still hideout, and there's just glass bottles stashed everywhere. But yeah, it's a really good spot. The breeze is kind of coming through to our right and kind of funneling through this way too. Sometimes it'll blow from this way in the creek, but I think we found a good spot we can come back to. And we got lucky because we didn't have to hike in with all of our stuff for, I don't know, 30 minutes or so, and it wouldn't have been bad, but it's definitely nice the way we had it. There's an old road that's shut down that goes off this way to the right and cuts through back over in this area, and it dead ends to kind of a neighborhood, and we were able to pull up and stash our packs in the woods and then go and park my truck. We parked it at a Walmart which would have been way far away to walk with a 20-pound pack or whatever. And we took an Uber and took the Uber to the end of that road, got our packs out of the woods, and then probably had not even a 10-minute walk from there to here. So originally we were wanting to camp up in this area because that's where I'd filmed the 3 favorite items, the tagged video that Nathan tagged me in. I filmed that up in there, and that's as far as I got on my little scout. I was out here for about 6 hours the other day looking at all this, and that was a decent spot, but this is definitely a lot better. I knew that there was a creek, or hopefully a creek, back here when I filmed that video, but I just didn't feel like walking through the jungle where the velociraptors live and cross the creek that day. And when I showed Adam and Chris that area, Chris went ahead and just walked through and was like, hey, there's water down here. So all of us ended up coming this way, and once we crossed the creek, we realized, man, this is a pretty nice little setup. So up here, it flattens out, and it's definitely doable for tents. There's some dead cedars and stuff up there too. Plenty of firewood everywhere. I guess the only downside is we do have pretty much the beginnings of a mountain bike trail right over in this area. But we've had a few come through, and they're just so oblivious to what they're doing that no one's even seen us, and we've been laughing and talking and everything. So it is core land, so we're not doing anything wrong right now. It's public land. I just think a lot of people don't want to fool with having to hike back into all this. So that's camp for now. I don't know what else we're going to be doing. Just relaxing probably. And yeah, I think Chris is talking about maybe going fishing once it gets a little cooler and closer to dusk, which may go down there with them, follow the creek down, because this empties, I'm pretty sure, doesn't it empty into the lake?
Looks like it, yeah.
Okay, yeah, so looking at the map, it does look like it empties into the lake. So we were just talking about maybe following the creek down to the lake and maybe trying to catch some panfish or something, have some fish tonight. So we will get back with you, but for now, that's what we're doing. And we found a good spot, real good spot.
Definitely a good spot.
Definitely a good spot. Oh yeah.